Having a fence around your garden is extremely important. For the past 3 years, the chicken wire has done a fantastic job keeping animals out and from eating all my stuff. Besides chipmunks and mice, nothing gets through the chicken wire. Animals cannot dig in because we flared out the chicken wire, so when they dig, they hit the wire and can't go in. Despite all that, there is one rabbit inside my garden. And this one rabbit has caused a lot of damage. We'll take a look at what this one rabbit has done to my garden, and then I'm going to talk about how I know the rabbit got in so you can prevent this yourself. So starting right in the front here, this was a plot of beans I had here. You can see some of the leaves left over. This one rabbit has stripped every single bean in here. There's about 120 bean plants in here. Completely stripped. Left a couple beans up top that it couldn't reach, but other than that, you can see I'm trying to resprout here, but it's definitely too late. We're not going to be getting any beans in here. Coming through, you can see the little nibbles on some tomatoes there. This is not from a chipmunk. This is obvious rabbit damage here. There was a nice big bell pepper right here I was going to show you that was half eaten, but the rabbit decided to take the rest with it. The rabbit was sampling this pepper here, decided to skeletonize the bottom half of this eggplant. Rabbits like to do this thing where they'll go into a brushy area and flatten it out, and in the process they've decided to flatten out this pepper here, but the pepper's still doing pretty good. Big Jim, very tasty pepper. Another bean plot over here. Rabbit really did a number on all these beans. Won't be getting any beans there. Coming over here, we had one bean popping up. Rabbit topped that off. Luckily, they are not messing with the habanadas. The habanadas are starting to ripen up and get loaded. They're definitely not messing with the daturas. I thought for sure the rabbit would come in and ruin this one watermelon I have, but luckily the rabbit has left this for me. But over here, the rabbit did nibble on this little watermelon just enough to destroy it and make it rot. So what I've learned is this spot here where I just planted some new asparagus and have some peppers and radishes mixed in, this used to be the rabbit's lair. I've chased it out of here several times. Since it is trapped, it can't leave the garden, which is fine. It has plenty of food and water in here. We'll find the rabbit when that all dies back and nicely chase it away so it doesn't bother us next season. But the rabbit used to hang out in here. I don't know if he still hangs out in here after all the times I've chased him out. Look at this. See that? That is a nice rabbit nest right there. With some rabbit poop everywhere. Got a little tomato snack in there. I wonder if he is in here. Let's take a look. Rabbit's not in there right now. I think it has a new hiding spot. As we go through here, maybe we'll come across the rabbit and see where its new hiding spot is at. But I don't know if that's going to happen because it is pretty thick in here. I mean, if I was a rabbit, I'd probably be hiding in all this thick comfrey that you can't even move through. You can see some rabbit gnaw marks on this pumpkin. Took a little nibble out of the freak pumpkin squash hybrid here. Hasn't touched this actual pumpkin yet. Hopefully it won't. We have drought conditions, so this is not growing too fast. So I'm going to dump some water in there and see if that helps. You can see here a nice rabbit trail that the rabbit has been traveling in to access this half of the garden. Got mushrooms everywhere. I don't think the rabbit's eating those. Lots of places for rabbits to hide in here. So we're kind of just looking around here, watching out for all the yellow jacket nests we got. This would be a good rabbit hangout over here. We're getting the fall crop of raspberries coming in. The chipmunks definitely climb up and eat these. The rabbit can't climb to get to them, so at least I'll have some of these. Here's the rabbit's water source with hundreds of frogs jumping around in here. I wonder if the rabbit's hanging out around here. You can see some spots in here, these thick wood chips, where an animal from the inside has been trying to dig its way out and hits the fence. That's probably the rabbit trying to get away. There's a snake in my garden. Let's see if we can catch him. Hey, little buddy. How's it going? Little garter snake. Oh, he's biting me. Rabbit was chowing down on some of these radishes, but that's not a big deal. Look what he did to this pepper plant here. Why'd you have to do that, rabbit? So as you can see, one rabbit can do an incredible amount of damage. Now imagine if you had a smaller garden plot and one rabbit got in there. One rabbit can take out your whole garden. So it's definitely important to make sure you have a fence. And more importantly, let's talk about how this rabbit got in. There it is, the old garden fence. Very important. Even if you're gonna go inside for a couple minutes, do not leave your gate unlocked. Got woodchucks that hang around here. As soon as they notice gates unlocked, it's like something goes off in their head and they will sprint in here. This rabbit must have done the same. I didn't leave it open overnight. I just left it open to walk in the house, and that's when the rabbit got in. So make sure you close your gate. We're not going to stop animals that climb like raccoons, but we're going to stop rabbits, woodchucks, animals that are really going to destroy our garden. If you want to learn how to make a chicken wire fence like I did, I'm going to link videos on that. But just make sure you take some preventative measures, because if you got a smaller garden plot, you don't want it to just be food for rabbits or other animals like that are going to come in and eat the whole entire thing. You got to do what you can to prevent it. And most importantly, you got a gate, keep it closed. Thanks for watching.